Hi there, and thought I'd just do a quick update on the Ringwood and Albion Railroad, my model railroad, my American model railroad. First attempt at doing an American one. There's been a few earlier videos, so if this is the first one you've watched, have a look back through. There's one on how I made the baseboard, benchwork I think it's called in America. A bit about the track plan, and there's some updates, so a little bit of pre if you haven't seen this one. So it's interesting really, because I don't want to be one of these people that, you know, every week I've done very little and then you do an update, but it is surprising actually how long it takes to do some things. So as a for instance, this was a very basic little plastic church. I think they were done as part of a set some years ago, allegedly N-gauge. However, stylistically it's quite nice for an American church, but it needs to be clapboard. So I've sat there and done lots of strips of cereal pack card, pizza box card, piece at a time, not finished, and I've got to do the steeple and so on, but painted up white. That'll look really nice. But that was 3 evenings of work. So when it looks like I haven't done a lot of progress even in a couple of weeks, you know, some of it does take time. Now actually the grass that I've done, that was surprisingly quick. That was an evening's work, because I have a system now. You paint coloured PVA. So you water the PVA down, if you like, with black or brown. In this case, I use green acrylic art paint. You apply that. While it's still wet, you put your scatter on. I then moisten it with water and PVA mix. Water spray it first, then water and PVA mix, and then a little bit more scatter, and then you leave it overnight and it dries absolutely solid. So that is a surprisingly quick part of it. And then I did quite a lot of research. I've been looking at photographs on Instagram in particular. There's a few really great guys out there, people like Eric Williams, who's got his own fabulous model railway. And I'm going for more of a kind of tree, rural American look rather than the prairies or the canyons or the city. And I noticed that the grass on quite a lot of the stations is quite neat and tidy. So that's actually grass mat. That's just an off-cut of grass mat, just to give a contrast. Now the signal box here, just take this off a second. That was, I don't know what make it is, you see them quite a lot, but it's kind of a funny mock wood effect. And I found some pictures of some nice two-tone ones. So I've given it a paint job. A couple of different coats of brown, black washed and weathered. And that again is a couple of evenings of work. But it sits on the little plinth there, and then I can work the points. I've fixed the station, the depot building down, which is nice there. So quite a bit coming along. The interchange yard there, still looking pretty good. I was very grateful to the various mostly North American subscribers and viewers who gave me advice and information. That is an interchange track where I can run them in from the, the word I wanted to use has just gone right out of my head. Anyway, the larger carrier, I can't get the word to come into my head. It's age, I guess. The next thing up from a short line. And then the short line can pick it up and take it from there. I've got my freight house and my team track there. I'm going to have a little wooden loading ramp. I'm also going to be able to use a couple of I've got some Revel 1/144th, which is near enough scale-wise, M47 tanks. So they're going to sit in there as part of the freight yard. I now have my own short line colour scheme. The black, I did black because it's the easiest colour to brush on. I don't like using aerosols, or I don't have an airbrush. It's too much fag for me, all that work before you start and cleaning up afterwards. And these brush paint really nicely. So I've got a bit of a corporate. I'd like some lettering, but I haven't managed to source that. Lots of people have been very helpful. Quite a lot of companies don't actually do, you have to buy big packs, and effectively I'd need a pack, a Loco at about 10 quid a time, because I need RAR twice, and that's the pack gone. And I'm still trying to find if there's a company that would do them custom, because obviously if somebody will custom make me, even if it's £6 a pair, that's still cheaper than buying the big packs. But I have added to the Loco fleet, an SD45, mirroring real life. Apparently they weren't particularly reliable in real life, and the model wasn't great either, but it was 25 quid, which is pretty good. So I'm beginning to repaint it, working on the handrails and so on, and that'll be part of the fleet. And the idea is the railroad's got plans to expand, and if it expands it'll need a bigger loco, so it's bought that loco while it's cheap in the hope that they'll be able to become a regional carrier a little bit further along, a regional railroad, and they're getting that in early. I did read about one wonderful short line where a guy actually did that in real life. He used to buy up cheap diesels, get them done up, either sell them on or keep them and use them, or wait until the market boomed again and sold them, which is quite clever. So they've got aspirations to be a regional railroad when they finish being a short line. I've decided to use the grain elevator over the back. It's so iconically American. It'll just finish it off. And then I've got what will be a little farmstead there, but it's going to be pretty open. So that's as far as I've got at the moment with it. Input and suggestions always gratefully received. I know I tend to lose subscribers on these videos because it's not the Great Western Railway in 1960. But hey, there's thousands of videos out there doing classic UK railways. So I thought it'd be nice to do something a little bit different. What's interesting with this is one of the reasons I stopped doing UK railways is they become a bit formulaic. You have a set kind of station and a set kind of goods shed, and I built loads of them very happily, but it becomes a bit formulaic. Freelance is wonderful because I can do whatever I like, and I like this kind of halfway house, a bit like the Japanese one, where this is a generic US layout. I'm not trying to set it in the Midwest or anywhere in particular. It's just going to have features of an American layout, so when you look at it, it's obvious it's somewhere in America, which is what I did on my Japanese layout. And I think that's a nice compromise. Freelance is really easy. I don't need to do any research. I can do whatever I like, and the large layout behind me will be a freelance layout, albeit running mostly Japanese stock. But I quite like doing these. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do for my exhibition layout. It might even be that this one will end up being exhibited. So there you go. I'll do updates on these for the small hardcore of people that are interested in N-gauge US railroads. If you are watching this particularly in the US, hello. Please do what you can to spread the word about budget model railways. Anything you can do, share, like, repost, whatever it is you need to do to get these American videos up and running. Because it's quite unusual for a US layout. It's 3 foot by under 2 foot. So it'll be interesting to see what feedback we get. So there we go, little update. I'll probably do another Train Shed Tuesday on Tuesday for those that watch those. If not, go back and have a look at them. And I'll speak to you again soon.